Hello, greetings and welcome. Okay, so there's an update to the course scheduling, and the types of courses that I'm teaching are now different. The first course is the Elastic Force Qigong, and this course is all about sensitivity, how to develop the elements, how to generate equanimity of the elements, how to access Akasha, mostly qualitative forms of training and a little bit of introduction into quantitative forms of training and how to increase the volume of energy once you're sensitive to it. It's the foundation for the Hermetics work, it's foundation for all the other courses, and if you want to do any other workshops, you need to do this workshop first. I only teach in sequence now, so if you haven't done number 1, 2, 3, you can't attend number 4, 5 or 6. Now this Qigong lays the foundation. The intrinsic energies, it's not martial, but we're doing the intrinsic energies of internal martial arts. So you don't learn any self-defense drills or anything like that. It says how to produce internal power. So it's about the inner structure of intrinsic energies, the function of the mental, astral, and physical body, how to synchronize, align, and get intrinsic energies to work. It lays the internal foundation for how to practice Hermetics, how to practice evocation, how to practice Kabbalah. Without this, you're not going to have the strength to practice. Now, if your fascia isn't developed, if you can't put your hand on someone and float them and shoot energy across the room, you can't practice initiation efficiently, you certainly can't do evocation, and you'd be totally hopeless at Kabbalah. So this prerequisite training is to build a strong facial web so that you're immune to a large amount of energy and you can conduct a large amount of energy. Very, very important. The third workshop is going through key exercises in the initiation text. Because the first 2 courses have covered a whole range of essential exercises from initiation, once you get to this, it's more refinement exercises, putting it together, mind mapping it, and looking at how it works. From there we go into evocation. Now, if you haven't done the initiation work, you're not going to have the sensitivities, the clairvoyance and so forth to do evocation work effectively. So those first 3 workshops need to be thoroughly trained for working with deities and practicing deity yoga. If you can't put your hands on a person, transform their energy and move them, there's no way a deity can move into your energy field and reorganize your subconscious mind to align you to skills. What you can demonstrate yourself energetically with Qigong becomes a vehicle for a deity to work inside you and to transform your own skill sets. So you need power for deities to transmit power through you, essentially. Then from the evocation work and invocation work, we move into Kabbalah. So by this time, you've already got all the stretches for the elements, the fascia tuning. Your body's like a musical instrument. If you look at a piano, for instance, you have all these wires that are finely tuned to very specific sounds. The fascia of your body tunes to each sound of the Kabbalah, each frequency. If you're doing air element, there's a very specific stretch for the letter A to vibrate through your physical astral body. Your mental body and the upper astral part of your body has a very, very specific mental and astral quality to bridge across mental matrix. Your matrices have to be highly developed so that the energies can move from the Akasha through the energy layers. For this workshop, we invoke the founder of Kabbalah, Levim, from the Sun sphere, and we bring his energy into the room and we pass these energies through the crown to manifest different effects. Now this is really important because simply trying to mimic a sound and mimic an element will not take you anywhere near what Kabbalah is meant to be. If you want to get to the essence of Kabbalah, you have to go to the root energy of Kabbalah, invoke that through prayer, pass it through the bodies, invoke that consciousness into the space that you're practicing in, and let that presence guide your learning process. So during the evocation stage, we work within very specific beings in the Sun sphere to develop these particular skill sets. From Kabbalah, we go to the teacher's course. Now, the teacher's training is super important. because it puts it all together, teaches you how to give transmissions, how to affect groups, how to energize space, how to open up all the different types of magic circles. If you're doing a circle of light, the magic circle for having a group practicing white light is totally different to the magic circle you use for healing, which is totally different to the magic circle of evocation, where you invoke the lords of the elements in the corners of the room, and you create an Akashic circle, and then you invoke the particular spirit from light into that circle outside you or inside you. Very different types of magic circles. So most magic rituals require a type of magic circle to function, and there are many different types. So in the teacher training, we cover that. We cover various teaching rituals, the alchemy of teaching and giving transmissions of information to people, whether they're qualitative or quantitative, and so forth. So there's a lot of information contained in the teacher's course. Once people have done the 6 courses, they get invited into the master circle. And that's where we go through various types of rituals, from ritual magic to different types of Kabbalah practice with 2, 3, 4 letter combinations, and developing a whole range of skills. So that will be a yearly retreat only open to people who have completed that first 6 workshops and want to continue the Hermetic journey and work in the Master's Circle. In that circle, those people who are in it will have our meetings online as well and practice together as a group. So, and it's only people who have got there will have access to those Zoom conference sessions to practice together. Doing these 6 courses in sequence is super important. If you, because I've made them as strata, so one skill allows you to do the next, allows you to do the next, and so forth all the way through. Theoretically, you could attend all 6 workshops back to back, and I'm going to schedule them that way, but that's not really optimal. You're best off doing 1 or 2 workshops, going away, absorbing it, playing with it, training it, and coming back and doing 1 or 2 more until you've done all 6, if that's what you wanted to do. With doing 6 workshops in a row would require a personality type that's very psychic. If you already are a psychic, you could get away with that. Then most of those 6 workshops would be how to build power and apply that psychic ability to power development. If you are not a person who's highly energy sensitive and having clairvoyant experiences and so forth, you would encounter, you'd have a lot of gaps in your training if you did all 6 workshops back to back. So I'm not going to say no to anyone who wants to go through all 6, but you have to know yourself well. You have to be very well developed qualitatively if you want to do that path. Now the online training, we've got the Marshall Man, and we're going to have a couple other people who have asked me to put the videos online, and they're going to have it on their websites as well. And they'll have course notes and playlists and so forth. And they're organizing the whole teaching system into training programs for different skill sets. And when they've completed that and it becomes online, I'll put that on my website as well. But at the time of this video, the Marshall Man is the only access for online training. The intrinsic energy, I've relabeled the Tai Chi program to Intrinsic Energies of Internal Martial Arts, because we've had a lot of people requesting to do the intrinsic energies for Wing Chun, and that's several hundred videos. And I don't really want to make a full Wing Chun channel, even though I promised some of my Wing Chun students that I was going to do that. I'm going to incorporate them all into the Intrinsic Energies channel, mainly because I have to keep updating all of the channels, and to update 4 different channels is going to be too much work in the future. At the moment there's 3, so the Wing Chun, Tai Chi and Intrinsic Energies of a whole range of martial arts frameworks can all fit into that one channel. And people who are subscribing will have twice as much in one place instead of half in one and half in the other. So it's a benefit to the current subscribers and future subscribers. Now, for the moment, at the time of posting this video, we are in Mexico for the coming months, most probably about 4 months. After that, it's a high probability we'll move to Asia, and The group is looking at 3 countries. It'll be either Japan for 3 months, Thailand, or the Philippines. Now we're going to put it to the vote about a month or 2 off the move, and then the group will decide where we're going and what's the favourite place and budgeting and so forth. So the group I'm talking about is a full-time training group for this year, and this full-time course will continue in Asia. Because the courses are now going to be organised in this linear fashion, on the website I'll put course 1, 2, 3 through to 6, and then for this year I'll be using that as a part of the training for the full-time students, so I'll be putting those courses back to back. Next year I won't be doing that. I'll be running the 6 courses just twice a year, and that will be it, and the Master Circle. And then the year after, I'll just run it once a year and the Master Circle. So I'll be reducing my teaching load, and I'll be getting the students who are doing this full-time training to take on more teaching, and they'll run it through their schools, so people who are coming in can go and train with them and do the workshops with them. Okay, if you have any questions about the new format, if you've been training with me before, you can have a look what workshops you've previously done and where the gaps are, and you can talk to me about what's the best approach and what to train before you come to your next workshop. Just let me know what you've already attended. All right, thanks for your time, and catch you on the next video.